If you are an experienced player in old school RuneScape, you know there's always one consistent way to make money with minimal effort, requiring the most minor of focus in order to reap the rewards. If you're relatively new to OSRS, it's farming. Yes, the great Gilneor pastime of harvesting and replanting Renar or Snapdragon seeds, staring at a wall for 2.5 hours and repeating the process. A cool $500,000 in your pocket, just enough to resupply your inventory to go die in next mass worlds. What a life, huh? But what if farming was more than just herbs? Crazy, I know. Yeah, as a matter of fact, there's a whole bunch of different things you can grow in OSRS, amassing a total of 94 different farming patches. Pineapples, bananas, fucking crystals, talking trees. Interested yet? Who cares? May as well keep listening anyway, you've gotten this far. And if you weren't aware, some of those crops have also quite the bounty associated with them. While I was leveling my farming on this alt account, that was my question, as well as the inspiration for this video. What's the most money you can actually make during a farm run? Let's get into it. The first step in the ultimate farm run is understanding raw material cost versus potential output. Some, I guess in the real world, would call it like COGS, cost of goods sold. Knowing how much you have to pay for every harvest is key for urban allotment farming, and is pretty easy to calculate, honestly. Just take the difference between the cost of the seeds versus the profit of the average amount of crops you can get. For allotments, it's really simple to understand. Snapegrass. The highest level allotment you can plant are snapegrass seeds, and the crop is needed and always in high demand for one major thing in RuneScape: prayer potions. The seed cost is much higher than any other crop, but it's also the most valuable crop for allotments by a mile. For herbs, the optimal choice is pretty variable depending on the cost of the seeds and the value of the grimy herbs. Most of the time it's going to be something like Snapdragons or Renars, but I've seen Avanto, Quarm, and even Cadentine produce the best value. In fact, as of the making of this video, Cadentine is still riding from the release of Varlamore and the Hunters Guild, so it will be the herb of choice for now. The last crop in the, I don't know, the standard farm square is the flower. This is where I personally like to change it up from what most people would probably do. When planting flowers, most people will opt for limpwort roots. These seeds are cheap, they're needed for herb lore, weird lightning bolt potato thing, but I always choose to plant white lilies in the flower patch. Why? Well, it's simple. White lilies protect your allotment patches, guaranteeing you don't have a diseased patch. This is insanely nice as it prevents those expensive ass snapegrass seeds from going to waste, and utilizes a relatively boring patch for something extremely helpful. Considering this, I planted white lilies, a long ass time ago, and I've never picked them, meaning the flower patch is completely meaningless for this experiment. Trees, no. Trees are never a profit no matter how hard you try.
Or are they?
You may not believe it, but yes, there is one. One tree to rule them all. It's not going to give you that explosive ride of a 15k drop, but it will net you green in the GP department. Willow trees are the only tree that, when harvested, will give you a positive GP profit because you can use secateurs, fucking scissors on willow trees to get their branches. These branches are used for baskets to hold all your, I don't know, apples or peaches or whatever the hell you want. You can pick one every 5 minutes, meaning eventually it's going to be a net positive and you never have to grow them again. Each branch is about, I don't know, it could be 2, 3, 4, 5k GP. I've seen it go up and down pretty quickly, which may not seem like a lot, but it really does add up if you grab them every single run. Fruit trees are a little different. If you don't plan to remove them after they finish growing, they do obviously profit. You see, fruit trees can be plucked and their fruit will regrow relatively quick, meaning you can endlessly pick from them. Obviously not the best strategy when trying to get farming levels, but in terms of GP, there's a few trees whose fruits produce a healthy amount of gold points. These trees would be the papaya, palm, and dragon fruit trees, with the palm tree being the best option here. Coconuts are used for both dragon fruit tree protection and a reagent for weapon poison. Picking 6 of these every couple hours yields a healthy 22,000 gold point profit. Bush patches are somewhat underwhelming, but they operate just like fruit trees, meaning you can pick the berries off them every couple hours. The one bonus they have is while fruit trees only have 6 fruits max at any given time, bushes operate just like herbs and allotments. They have a certain number of, I'm using air quotes here, lives, and each time you pick a berry, you have a chance to use up one of those lives. There's a lengthy equation in this with a lot of different variables. I mean, I'll get into it later if I get into it at all. For now, jangerberries and whiteberries have always been the best option, with whiteberries having just a very slight edge. Hops are probably the most underutilized multiple farming patch in OSRS. All the hops patches are kind of in the middle of fucking nowhere and typically require extra inventory spaces for teleports to get to them, which is really, really annoying. But hops have, pound for pound, the most valuable seed in the game. Yes, the humble jute seed. Yeah, this bad boy fucking prints money. No other hop seed comes even remotely close. Get all that useless shit off my screen. So that's all the farming patches and seeds we need, right? Wrong. You stupid turkey. You're ignoring everything else just like your responsibilities in real life. Let's talk about special farming patches and events. There's a bunch of different one-off special farming patches and things you can do in OSRS if you didn't know. These would include something like this: cactus patches in Alcarid in the Farming Guild, seaweed patches in the Fossil Island water, grapes in the Hosidius Vinery, mushrooms in Canifis, Belladonna in Draenor Manor, motherfucking Hespori, Calquat trees, Celastris. I mean, there's a whole bunch. Let's just be real. Some of these are obviously not moneymakers, serving different purposes. Let's get those out of here. This leaves us with this hardy group. I'm also just going to go ahead and exclude crystal trees and Belladonna here because the crops from these trees are typically used as reagents for certain potions and would require extra processing. You can include them and it would make you more money, but I just want to focus solely on farming and selling the straight raw materials here. Now, the least exciting of these are mushroom patches, but they still give a very tiny profit. So let's add it to the list. Same for calquat trees and seaweed patches. Cactus patches operate just like bushes, and you can find yourself gathering quite a few cactus spines with each harvest, which provide an unexpected pop in the overall gold point pool. Celastris trees, nope. Those are definitely not profitable in any way, shape, or form. They're great for experience, but you need to get them the fuck out of here. You need to stop farming fucking Celastris trees and get on the motherfucking jute train, baby. Finally, we have the magnum opus of farming, Hosidius grapes. More specifically, harvesting Zamorak grapes in the Hosidius Vinery. Grape farming has quite a few annoying barriers to entry, being that you can only buy the seeds and baloney's blessings needed to farm grapes from the tithe farm, and you treat each of the 12 vine patches with saltpeter instead of compost. But trust me when I say farming grapes is worth every bit of the hassle. You could literally just do this and make GP like crazy. You clear 100k profit here every single time. It should always be on a farmer's plan. Obviously, it may suck to have to do tithe farm to constantly get points for the blessings and for the grape seeds, but if you just spent, like a day doing it and you get a, stockpile of points, you can make a shitload of gold points off of this over time. All right, so a lot of prep and a lot of different seeds and locations, but we're still not done. The last input into this crazy ride is composting, which is absolutely profitable if done the right way. It's just so goddamn slow. The cheapest way to make ultra compost is utilizing watermelons, along with adding volcanic ash. This should be done as much as possible because ultra compost sells like crazy, and between all of the bin locations, you can harvest 135 of them every single run. All right, now we're done with the inputs, I promise. Here's all the locations we'll be going to and all the activities to do. That's a long ass fucking route, right? Yeah, we're gonna need to optimize it just to make this easier. I'll be trying to make this route as cheap as possible, but also allows for speed, since I would never want to do this shit for over an hour. Spoiler, it's absolutely over an hour. This took me quite a while to get to a point that makes sense, and I'm sure while it's not absolutely perfect, it does cover everything. Most importantly, it does really what every farmer wants more than anything. It creates as much free inventory space as humanly possible. The worst part of farming is constantly having to note crops at the leprechaun, so the more inventory spaces we have, the better. We'll start this journey at the humble Hosidius farming patch located in the southeastern part of Zaya. So my inventory is going to be really volatile this whole time in order to have enough space that I just don't want to shove my head into a fucking compost bin. I'll try to make notes of when I add and remove stuff, but a friendly reminder, this is absolutely not a guide, nor it should be. This is not an optimal way to make money whatsoever.
Or is it?
So to make it easy, I'll start with the basics I know I'm gonna need. Some house teleports, a spade, seed dibber, magic scissors, my chosen herb, allotment, and hop seeds, and 15 watermelons for refilling the compost bin. Equipped will have some of the farmer's outfit, along with a couple of graceful pieces, a Drayman staff, a chronicle for teleporting later on, and an amulet of bounty. For those who don't know, the amulet of bounty has a 25% chance to only use one seed with planting allotments. Any charges being used from this necklace is a huge money saver when planting snake grass seeds and allotment patches. This is the starting line. So without further ado, let's get this show on the road. All right, so we're starting here in Hosidius, as I just said, which is pretty straightforward, right? 2 allotments, herb, ultra compost. Reminded that I'm using white lilies in all my flower patches to protect my snake grass allotments. As I move through the locations, I'll update the map with the results so we can follow along together. In Hosidius, I was able to get 79 snape grass, 9 cadentine, and 15 ultra compost. From here, I'll be running to the bank, grabbing some watermelons, and moving to the next location, which is the Falador farm. Cabbage Telly, Explorer's Ring, landing on the Falador farm, which is just like Hosidius, 15 ultra compost, and a holy shit, whopping 98 snape grass and 13 cadentine. Holy shit, it's just printing money. Oh my god. Once I'm done at the farm, it's off to one of the few places I'll actually run versus teleport, Remington. There's a single bush patch there which will have a white berry bush that I planted all the way back in RuneScape 2. Look at this guy over here, man. He's getting saucy with it. Ooh. Only 12 white berries, big sad. From here, we'll run north to the crafting guild and use the hot air balloon to travel to Taverley. Yeah, dude, there's a fucking hot air balloon system in this game. It's right next to the bumper cars. Crazy, right? Once I'm at Taverley, I'll grab the 6 willow branches from the tree there, which is the only patch in this specific location. Then I'm gonna hop back onto the hot air balloon and head to Intrana. Fun fact, this big ass stick is considered a weapon on Intrana, so unbelievably fucking annoying. I floated my way to the Monk Holy Land, or whatever this place is, where we get some variety in our first hops patch of the day. 15 jute fiber straight to the dome, baby. Hell yeah, brother. Hop back on the big floating circle and head to the Tree Gnome Stronghold. Yeah, you'd be surprised how much the hot air balloon system and spirit trees help when farming the entire goddamn map. Tree Gnome Stronghold, 6 willow branches, 6 coconuts from palm trees. Let's keep rolling. All right, from here, we're gonna play the Lorax and speak to the trees. The first place we're heading is Priftinos. The spirit tree at Prif looks like it's straight out of Pocahontas. It's literally like a fake spirit tree. I will always prefer the Chad mustached guy in all the other places. Oh, there's some snape grass and ultra compost here for those who are still here for the farming thing. Bounty necklace coming in so incredibly clutch right now. Oswald, I'm gonna need you to fuck off into the sun, bud. No one is gonna protect shit in Priftinos. Stop it. Oswald! Doing compost is just so unbelievably slow. I don't know. I want to see if I can like maybe 3-tick compost. Is that a thing? Is it working? Is it faster than before? Dude, I can't tell, honestly. I don't know if it's actually working or not. Are my XP drops faster than before? I really don't know. 93 snape grass, baby. And 15 ultra compost. And I invented a 3-tick composting. Pocahontas, take me to Tree Gnome Village. All we got here is a fruit tree with some coconuts called... Oh, god damn it. All that we got here is a fruit tree with some coconuts calling my name, baby. 6 of them. Wow, what a harvest. Never expected it. The children will sleep so good this winter. Suck it in. Suck it in! Spirit tree, Brimhaven, more coconuts. Run south, 6, I don't know, man. Purple thumbs. Teleport out because I'm literally in the middle of fucking nowhere. The Mecca. Farming Square Garden, Bucking Farm Palace, the Farming Guild. Here there's 30 Ultra Compost, which is no problem given my new way of, my new meta of composting. All right, I give up. I checked, it's not actually like 3-tick composting. What's the point of this fucking video anymore? 77 snape grass, 11 cactus spines, exotic, I know. 11 white berries, 6 coconuts, 6 willow branches, and holy mother of God, 11 cat in time. We're rich. A quick pit stop before we leave the Mecca to grab some mushroom spores and an Artie cloak. And to clear my inventory. Look at this. This is gross. Artie Monastery, bush patch, 12 white berries. This monk does not care what I'm wearing. Surprise, surprise. Your move, Jagex. Waddle on over to the fairy ring for our first fairy ringer. Imagine if you got points for using fairy rings and they called them like frequent fairy miles. Etcetera, bush patch, 19 white berries. Holy shit. Fairing back to Yanil, where we have another hops patch. I'm feeling pretty good about this one. Oh, full inventory, full inventory. Oh, no. Come on, man. Oh, 15 jute fiber. Run back to the fairy ring. Haunted Woods, Mauritania. Realize I don't have watermelons. Fairy ring, Canifis, 6 mushrooms, bank, watermelons, fairy ring, Haunted Woods. 80 ticking this stupid ass compost bin. Only 24 snape grass? What is this? Oh my god, we're in there. Dude, only 62 snape grass, and both of these seems like it's so extremely... Oh my god, there it is, baby. Back to back. No way. 61 snape grass, 7 cadentine, 15 ultra compost, and 2 reasons to really keep going. Back to back, man. Look at that. From here, I'm gonna head back to a bank and grab some more of my watermellies, then fairy finger on over to Varlamore. Here we have 70 snape grass and 9 cadentine. Stop by a bank to clear out and get a quick thippy, then it's off to our Dowgney farm. Compost. Nice. 82 snape grass, 6 cadentine. So I will admit, I don't have Harmony Island unlocked on this account. I had to do it on my main, but I still went ahead and did the patch on my main, and I was able to grab 74 snape grass and 9 cadentine. We'll still add it to the total. I know I'm cheating. I'm sorry. You can grill me in the comments. Both Trollville spots gives us 20 cadentine. Oh my goodness. Next, we're heading on over to Cathyburg. Fertilizer, some guy with a cool pet, 56 snape grass, 11 herbies. Waddle on over to the palm tree by the lobbies, 6 coconuts, Tellied house because I don't want to run that far. North of McGruber's Wood, Jute, gotta be kidding me. No way, no way. Oh my god, it's happening. Yes, 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 yes! Woo! Oh man, we got it, we got it. No way, dude. No fucking way. Oh my god, yeah. 32 jute fiber. I'm still coming off that high. Holy hell, man. 6 willow branches at the Vark Castle. Double full inventory. I was there. Willow branches in Falador, willow branches in Lumbridge. All right, back on track. I'm crashing now. Quick, easy whiteberry patch. Oh God, not again, not again. 19 whiteberries. You see it? I saw it. I just can't do it anymore. I can't keep up with this madness. 33 jute fiber. That's 1 more than we got at the big patch earlier. I might get a fucking shadow from this run alone. From here, we're going to use our teleport crystal to go to Letya for the palm trees there. Coconut City, baby. We're winding down on this journey, lads. All we have left is Al-Kharid and Fossil Island. 8 cheeky cactus spines from the cactus here. Then we're going to use the glider to go all the way to the dig site and head on over to the boat to go down to seaweed patches. For anyone who doesn't know, just a bit of advice. The seaweed patches are the best way to get the farming pet. So now you know. And there it is. 74 seaweed to finish up. It's been quite the ride, but we've reached the end.
Wrong, motherfucker.
Lastly, we're headed to what I would consider easily the most underutilized farming and money-making spot in RuneScape, the Hosidius Vinery. We're doing this one last just because the saltpeter takes up so much inventory, it's just annoying as hell. Here we're going to grab our Zami grapes, finish off our day with 141 grapes total. Now we're done, I promise. My little heart can't take any more fun. Let's head back to the Mecca and tally up the spoils. So here we are at the Farming Guild to tally up the ultimate farm run. Before we get there, let's clear a few things out. As you guys can probably tell, I'm not 99 farming, meaning I won't get the absolute 100% highest yield. That's okay because this was just for fun, just to see how much we could really make. Also, obviously, I could include farming patches like the Crystal Tree and Belladonna for Nightshade, but I just wanted raw output here. No processing at all, aside from the compost, I guess. So, with that being said, between the 10 herb patches, we accumulated 95 grimy cadentine, which comes out to a cool 428k in the final stack of gold points. Obviously, this is the primary money printer. It always will be, no matter what you do. Herbs are always going to be the meta because everyone uses them. They have their own dedicated skill. I really don't need to explain more on this. 17 total allotment patches nets us 690 snape grass, which is about 280k. Now, this may seem like a lot, but allotments in general, including snape grass, take forever to harvest. It adds a lot of time to your run, sadly. And when you see the cost of the snape grass seeds in the final count, I'm not 100% certain it is really worth it. Jute fiber. 95 between 4 patches, which is 150k. Remember how I said earlier about jute being amazing profits? This is the evidence. Each seed is literally 1 GP. I used 12 for the 4 patches. It just prints money. You have to do it. White berries, very boring. 73 total. About 30k added to the pool, but it's still something, you know. I mean, is it worth it? I'm not 100% certain personally. I wouldn't do it, but you know, that's just me. All right, on to the trees. Willow branches and coconuts. We got 36 of each, which is roughly 160k total. While the upfront cost for palm trees is rough, this is an amazing consistent moneymaker. I would definitely add these trees into the run if I'm not planning to farm trees just for XP. It's an amazing bump in the final total. You can't ignore it, really. We have a couple of our one-off patches here, the cactus spines, mushrooms, and calquat trees. The cactus spines are a little nice pop, but the mushrooms and calquats are, I mean, they're really lacking. I wouldn't do those full time. I would definitely add the cactus spines though, just because both patches are super close to teleports. It takes no time at all. One in the farming guild, one right outside the PvP arena if you go to Al-Kharid. It's really simple. Don't have to replant them, just pick them. Really easy. Seaweed, nothing too crazy. You could process these and likely make more money, but in terms of raw output, it's not much. 15k to the bank. Like I said, seaweed is great for getting the farming pet, and it's also great for Ironmen who train crafting, but not much else, especially since it's so far away, and you have to get your underwater gear to go do it. Finally, we have the Zami grapes. 141 total leads to an insane 207k profit. Again, this takes into account having to actually play the tithe farm, which some don't like. I personally think it's super comfy. I love that mini game. Really chill. I can play it for a couple hours while watching something random on my second screen or even on mobile and make enough points to have a few runs worth. Really awesome moneymaker from playing the tithe farm and totally worth it. So in all, what do we have here? About 1.4 mil. That's a crazy number for one farm run, huh? I never thought this was possible, I'll tell you that much. But obviously we have the cost that goes into it, and here is what that cost was. The seeds alone add a huge portion. Obviously, almost all of it will be basically just seeds. Cadentine seeds are really volatile right now, as I said earlier, but considering this was just for fun, it's no biggie on my end. I just wanted to see what I could get. The snapegrass seeds are pretty big to mention here, and you really need to take a deep dive into it. 170k total. If you remember, the total profit of snapegrass was 280k. And this also takes into account the amulet of bounty procs I got, which removed some of the seeds from the final count, meaning ultimately, with some luck, I profited 110k from snapegrass. That is pretty good, but it takes so long and it's so fucking annoying. As for the rest of it, it's pretty straightforward. Very little cost to input. And if you take away the input, we're looking at about 1.1 mil in total profits, which is just absolutely crazy. Even I couldn't believe it when I first recorded this part of the video. It just goes to show, man, it's not all about herbs. With the cadentine seeds cost, I only made about 330k profit off the herbs, basically almost 30%. The rest of it came from other stuff. It pays to farm, man, and now we all know that. You should do more than just the herb patches. I hope you enjoyed this deep dive into the ultimate farm run. If you did, I'd invite you to like the video, subscribe, and comment what your farm run typically consists of. I'm interested to hear what the rest of the community does with the most passive skill in the game. I'd harbor to believe that not everyone just does herbs. Some people do more stuff like I do. That's all for me though for now. Good luck, have fun, and I'll see you on the next one.